There is no hood like parenthood. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda-Gupta. I'm a former CNN journalist, mom of 3, including twins, and host of That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my show, I interview change makers on their life lessons, legacy, and superpower of intuition, which I call our Mom Sense and Dad Sense. I've had the privilege of working with Mom 2.0, March of Dimes, and the White House, and have had some pretty amazing parents on my show.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton.
It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
That's Total Mom Sense is a production of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube so you never miss an episode. To join my tribe, visit that'stotalmomsense.com and follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadda-Gupta. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hey there, That's Total Mom Sense fam. It's Kanika. I recently interviewed Kristi and LINDSAY DROZ, the 2 powerhouse moms behind the brand AvantCollective. The name is derived from the French words laver, to wash, and avant, to be ahead. I am a bona fide neat freak, and I swear by their products. Some of my faves are the hand soap, laundry detergent, and room spray that make cleaning feel luxurious. The multi-purpose cleaner works on countertops and even gets stubborn stains out of the sofa. Everything is plant-based, paraben-free, and phthalate-free, and have naturally derived fragrances like bergamot, clean linen, and their all-new winter fur, which leave lingering soft notes that aren't overpowering. Each package comes wrapped in a box, so it fits in with your decor and doesn't look like clutter. And most products range from just $20 to $30. You've got to try this brand. Shop AvantCollective.com and use code MOMSENSE to receive 20% off your order. That's AvantCollective, spelled LAVANT collective.com, and use code MOMSENSE, MOMSENSE, for 20% off. A bientôt. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to That's Total Mom Sense. Today, I'm doing an in-person interview with LINDSAY DROZ and Kristi, co-founders of AvantCollective, a brand that I love, and I can't wait to share this backstory. LINDSAY and Kristi, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're so happy to be here.
This is going to be so fun. We're going to have some good, clean fun.
Yeah,
good,
I love it.
Love
good,
fun.
clean fun. Yes.
Yes. So I want to share how I found out about AvantCollective, because we just moved into our brand new home and we like to do things all sustainable, eco-friendly. And my husband was really probing me. He was like, we need more of the eco-friendly dish soap, hand soap. And I went online and lo and behold, your beautiful website came up.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And yeah, my kitchen is actually the exact same colorways: black, gold, a little bit of blush pink.
Excellent.
This matches perfectly. And the fact that the jars that they come in, are refillable. I was like, that's amazing too. It's not a plastic, there's some designer brands that are plastic that you would have to keep buying more of. And so it's just inherently sustainable. And I thought that this is the winner. I want this all over my home. And then I did some digging. I spoke to those, some of your team members in customer service. I was like, I have to meet these founders.
I love it.
These are 2 enterprising moms and they are my people. And so that's how this happened today.
The universe, thank you for bringing us to you.
Yes. Oh, it's amazing. Tell us about how you 2 met and why that was kind of just the genesis of all that you have going now.
Mm-hmm. Well, LINDSAY and I met 14 years ago. Oh, actually almost 15 years ago because we were pregnant at a wedding. And so our oldest is almost 15.
Oh.
And everybody was having a good time and staying out late dancing. And we found each other. And I probably went to bed and maybe you stayed out late.
I slept in the car so my husband could party some more.
I know. She's so sweet.
And I could drive him home safely.
Yes. I made my husband take me home.
Yeah.
But we met each other and it was just an instant chemistry and love for each other. And We subsequently each had 2 more babies. So we were became friends at that time where we're raising young children. And we just had each other to lean on. I came from the finance and corporate world. Lindsay was in medical device sales, and just the trials and tribulations of being a working mom and, starting a family. And we found out that we both had a common interest of really wanting to start a business. We wanted to be business owners. We wanted to come up with an idea of something. We wanted to bring it into the world. We wanted passion behind it. And so we spent a couple of years just kind of troubleshooting different ideas. And this came up organically because we were both struggling, with similar issues. But my middle son had eczema, and I started to deep dive into ingredients.
Yes. And
realizing the products I was using were actually irritating his skin even more. Why is that happening? Doing lots of mom research, and was pretty surprised to find out like the cleaners, the laundry detergents, the lotions, the shampoos, like all of those things were harming his skin. So
yes.
DIY'd my cleaning products and was talking to Lindsay about it. And she's like, that sounds fun. And, and so we just kind of went on this journey of researching cleaners and realizing that what was on the market, the grocery store aisle was not great. The plant-based cleaners that we were using at the time didn't work. Mm-hmm. And so we were having to compromise a lot on efficacy and cleaning. And I had just remodeled my kitchen, and I was like, where's inspiration for like the beauty that you put as you put your kitchen back together? And I'm like, it's neon blue, it's neon green, it's neon yellow, purple. I mean, all these crazy colors and packaging. And I was like, this might be a light bulb moment for us. Like,
yes.
We got to make a product that actually works, is safe to use, and fits into the aesthetic of today's home.
That's amazing. And it's something you don't want to stow away under the kitchen sink because it's pretty.
Well, it's pretty. And that's, you need it out because we're constantly wiping counters down and cleaning up after our family.
100%. And, what made you want to just double down on this? Because you came from medical sales. Mm-hmm. But like, are you guys like really into cleaning? Because I know I am. I'm like, my friends say that I'm OCD, and I'm like, you shouldn't throw that word around. But I'm like the cleanest person I know.
I love it. Yeah, I think that was, for us, we knew it was something we do every day.
Yeah.
And it was something that both Kristi and I knew that when we were going to start this business, it was something we had to be passionate about. And we toyed off of a lot of other different ideas, but this was the one that we kept coming back to. And ultimately, in order for us to leave our careers, we had to do something that could make an impact, and we couldn't just sell it at a Sunday market. Right. It had to be something that we had to actually have formulated. We had to test it. We had to third-party test it. In fact, when I say had to, there's no regulatory body out there, but we said, if we're going to make this product work and actually have a go at this, that's our internal. We have to. And so we did third-party testing against our dish soap, for example, compared to the market-leading Blue Stuff. Mm-hmm. We were able to meet the performance of that, which is unheard of in a plant-based dish soap.
I'm so glad it dawned on you.
Thank you. I know it was a memory that just dawned to our.
You're really good this morning.
Yeah.
Let's find out more about the formula, because I pulled it up this morning. I wanted to understand all the different ingredients that go into these products that we use every day. And they are endocrine disruptors. Mm-hmm. They're carcinogens. They're toxic, but we kind of consider them innocuous because we've been using them for decades. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, well, they're what's in the aisles, and you just pick it up and it smells nice and it's fine. But there are surfactants. These are the chemicals that reduce surface tension of water. Mm-hmm. Solvents, they help dissolve the grease. Acids, that are for dissolving minerals and not lime scale, and alkalis. And then the common chemicals in most cleaning products are ammonia, bleach, phosphates, phthalates, triclosan, and more. And so all of these things are big time no-nos. And I feel like, when you have kids or are pregnant, that's when you start caring. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, this has to be the
before
bar.
That.
Yeah. Why is it not the bar?
I know. Right. I feel like the younger generation is caring about it more, but, because cleaning product ingredients are really hard to understand.
Yeah.
And so it is, as a general consumer, just to read the back of a label, you're not necessarily going to know. But our rule of thumb is like, if you're using a product and something is going on with your senses, if it hurts your nose or if it stings your eyes while you're cleaning it, it probably has one of those more harsh toxic, like an ammonia or formaldehyde, your triclosan. And so we wanted to create products that didn't have any of that. So we had to hire a formulation chemist that knew what they were doing.
Yes.
And Lindsay went to the end of Google and LinkedIn and stalked this amazing green chemist because it can be done. Yes. The thing is that with cleaning products, we'll go into the ingredients more, but if you put concentrated, high quality ingredients into the product, you're going to have something that's safe to use and effective. But if you want to buy your cleaning product for $2.99, in the grocery store aisle, it probably has 5 cents of ingredients and it's going to be a cheap petroleum-based product. And so if you think about your cleaning products like you think about your skincare products, it's like spend a little bit more, get a higher quality ingredients that aren't going to strip your skin, harm your skin, harm your noses. And so that's what we did. But yeah, you can go into our amazing goddess formulator.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think that ultimately comes down to how the products work is how they are made and how they are formulated and the ingredients that you use. So as Kristi mentioned, using higher quality ingredients gets you a higher quality product. We were talking about all the medical kind of research prior to this podcast, and there's so much research out there that the most harmful things that we bring into our lives are the products that are in our home because we're using them every day. We're surrounded by them. And there's a study, and I believe it's the Journal of Respiratory Diseases, that talks about one of the most harmful things that we can do in our homes is our cleaning products, because from a respiratory standpoint, but also from a contact dermatitis standpoint, we all know as moms and as females, anytime we go to the dermatologist and we have a skin irritation, one of the first questions they ask is, what laundry detergent are you using? Right. Or have you switched any new products? It's the products that we bring on our skin that touch our skin every day. And ultimately, we wanted to have products that weren't a behavior of that. It was, I'm sure you've talked a lot about this on your podcast, that in Europe, there are, I don't know how many ingredients are banned over there. Is it 3,500? More than 3,500 ingredients that are not banned here in the United States. So when you think about those endocrine disruptors that you brought up earlier, or any phosphates, phthalates, those are banned in the European Union. They can't be in products. But yet here in America, probably 90% of our cleaning products include those. Right. So there's changes that need to be done, but in the meantime, we're making those little changes and providing an opportunity and a product that is better and safer for people to use. It's just another alternative.
Yes, it's amazing. And I feel like when you try the old school way, it doesn't work. Like you shared how you use vinegar and lemons. Tell us about that, because we definitely start there. It's like, okay, how can we do this homegrown? And it doesn't work. Yeah.
Well, what happened for me was I had a dog before I had children. And one day I was mopping the floor and I turned over the floor cleaner and it said, don't use if you have animals. It never occurred to me that the dog walking on your now pine cleaned floors will lick that, smell it, ingest it. And skin is the number one organ in our body. And so that's the paws on the animal. It then made me think about, well, I'm about to have a baby. And now that baby's chubby knees and hands are going to be on the floor and they're going to be licking it and eating it. Right. And we wonder why peanuts are a bad allergy here in the United States, because we're disinfecting everything too. But when I turned over that cleaner and realized I couldn't use it, I started searching for other alternatives. And vinegar, you read online, it's a really great disinfectant. That's incredible. It also smells really bad. And for someone who is a big scent conscious person, I tried to macerate vinegar in lemons and sage, and come to find out you cannot take the smell out of vinegar. You can try to fake it or hide it and cover it.
You can't Febreze
but it is still there. It is still there.
It's always there.
And that was then starting to use the other non-toxic cleaners that are on the market. They just didn't work as well. So I kept going back to the toxic alternative because there was nothing else we could use.
Right.
And again, we kept saying this has to be better. There has to be another option. Yes. And when there wasn't, and from a performance standpoint, that's when we decided we need to create that, and we need the right person to help us create that too.
That is great. I want to talk about fragrances because my husband actually butt heads on this. He doesn't believe in anything that's fragranced. He's like unscented everything, which I understand because even in a perfume, I went down a rabbit hole. There are 3,000 different chemicals and scents to make signature scent perfume. That's crazy.
It is.
Tell us about how you formulated your fragrance and how natural it is, because if there were an unscented, I know he'd prefer that. I do like to have a little scent. I love a bergamot. I love, fresh linen scent. So tell us what you did there.
It was definitely a journey and something that was important to us because yes, fragrance can have a lot of harmful ingredients in it. And your husband's right. So fragrance is the leading cause for the allergens too. And if you think about natural fragrances come from the earth. And if you think about your allergies in the spring season, where are they coming from? Plants and trees.
Yes.
And so if you've got rosemary and eucalyptus, those are plants. And so if you have an allergen to that, your fragrance is going to impact it's going to flare up. So that's where we were a big unscented family because my son's skin. We have unscented laundry detergent. I wanted to launch with an unscented surface cleaner as well. And, but the vast majority of consumers want some fragrance.
Right.
It's how it makes you feel.
It's the experience.
Yeah. And so when we're cleaning our homes, you had us ask a question, do we like to clean?
Yeah.
And if you have a product that you love using, it's like putting on that beautiful skincare at the end of the night. Like this, when I wipe my counters down with a fresh linen multi-purpose at the end of the night and you shut your house down, I mean, it just makes you feel so good.
Totally.
And accomplished to have a clean surface, but then that scent, it's sensorial. So with that, fresh linen and blush bergamot are our two fragrances right now. And we have a winter fur in the holiday. And using natural fragrances was the key. Even though we do have allergens because they come from natural sources, but natural fragrances won't stick. They don't stick to your clothes. They don't stick to your surfaces. Like when you're doing your dishes, you're not going to then taste fresh linen on your dish or your glassware, right?
We've all been there with that wine glass and you clean it out with dish soap and you can still smell it.
Right.
You don't want
that. It tastes soapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know what it is with synthetic fragrances that make it stick to things, but we didn't want our fragrances to stick. You want that good feeling when you're cleaning and then get a nice little hit of fragrance and then you want it to go away.
And then you want it to just,
So it was trials and tribulations of hundreds of iterations of a lot of sniffing, a lot of then putting it into the base.
Yeah.
And do I actually like cleaning with this? Right. Because there are so many beautiful perfumes out there, but do you want to actually clean with that? Is that the smell you want while you're cleaning? And so we do it. It takes us an incredible long time to find the right fragrance.
Oh
and
my gosh.
I don't know, like fresh linen, we launched as a cleaning product company, but people are so obsessed with the scent. They want more of it.
Right.
And so they're like, it doesn't last long enough for us. So we want it in candles and on lotion and reed diffusers. And so we've launched this whole other segment to our business around home fragrance because they want to extend this scent throughout their home. And that's been so rewarding as a company that launched as a cleaning product company. That is our focus, but you want Levant permeating through your home. We love that.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. I want to take it back because I want you to tell us about the brand name. My dad's actually fluent in French. I have family in Paris. And so I love anything that's French.
Love it.
But it's Lave and Avant. And Avant is ahead, right? So they explain how that just came to you.
Yeah. Lave, to wash, to bathe, to clean.
Yes.
And to be in front of is the innovation part of it for us. So it's just that innovation of cleaning that we really believe that Levant is, because we truly believe that we have changed the game. We are right now one of the market leaders in all retail stores for high-end home fragrances and home care. And we believe that is because we are in the innovation part of cleaning and of home care. And that is self-care too. So it's been people very much felt that in the name, which is nice. And then also L, last name Lord, first name Lindsay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I have backed into that one.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we definitely wanted the name of the company to be as beautiful as the packaging and how the product makes you feel. And like Granny's cleaner, nothing wrong to that. But, as
with
far
like
as
a cartoon on
right.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of cheeky cleaners out there that also have very cheeky packaging. So we wanted to elevate the whole game.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm always cleaning at home.
I love it.
I mean, I'm always wiping down counters. I don't like fingerprints. I don't like streaks. And it's just, like you said, it's my self-care. Like I don't feel it's not a chore,
Right.
I just, it's amazing to feel that
Yeah.
experience.
Well, we wanted it to also feel like a beauty product. So if you look at our packaging, when you see it in a retail store, it's in a box and it's just like your foundation or your lipstick would be in. It feels like you're getting something special and it's that attainable piece of luxury that you can use every day and it lasts a long time. And then we do refills on top of it. But a huge shout out to our designer, Katie Forner. She's out of California. She is, for us, like our big things where we want to make sure they work. So that's the formulator. But then on top of it, we want to make sure that they are aesthetically beautiful. And hiring someone who is a brand graphic designer was so important and imperative for us. She changed how our brand felt and looked and got away from that green bottle or a ugly plastic bottle that stays underneath your counter. The whole goal was to put it on display and feel proud. So our designer very much was a big part of that.
That's beautiful. I love that. And tell us about your collections.
So like we said, we launched as a cleaning product company. And so our core products are cleaners, the multi-purpose cleaner. We have a dish soap, a hand soap, and laundry detergent. Refills in all of those. We want you to buy the beautiful vessel once and then just refill it. And then we were able to extend the line. We had all this beautiful imagery for our website, and then people were asking, they want to style their sinks the way that our products were styled in our lifestyle images. So we call it Sink Side Style. So now your counter can look beautiful. We have trays, beautiful scrub brushes, sponges, all eco-friendly, and just really meant to make your whole space feel elevated. And we've moved into the laundry room with wool balls and laundry oil, and again, trays for your laundry room. People have beautiful laundry room spaces. You should feel good while you're doing all that laundry. So yeah, that has been the line, and it's been so much fun to launch. As a sustainable brand, we don't believe you need 14 cleaners under your sink.
Right.
So we formulated our products to be used in multiple ways. And so the surface cleaner works on counters, floors, mirrors, marble, upholstery, your car. It can get stains out of clothes for a pre-treatment.
That's amazing.
Dish soap is like jewelry cleaner. It's cleans your car as well.
Makeup
brushes. Also gets that stains out of clothes. So think about that too, as far as price point goes. Like how much do you spend if you look under your sink? How much does that add up?
Right.
Over time. And you're probably not using through most of those cleaners. You can buy one high quality surface cleaner and have it work in your entire home.
Yes, that's amazing. I remember you sharing those hacks. So you could, if like the chocolate on the sofa.
Yeah.
You use the multi-purpose to get chocolate off the sofa.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We have a brand new puppy.
Yes.
And puppy has had a couple accidents in the house too.
No.
I know. On my nice carpet.
Good thing they're cute.
Yeah, they're very, very cute. And this has been just an absolute godsend to be able to clean up the stain, but also clean up the smell so that the pet is not going back to remark the spot, which is great.
Right. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah. And it's something that you can involve the kids into to have them help clean. You don't have to have them hold it so far away and don't breathe that blue stuff, honey, which is really nice. But, it's interesting going back to some of the ingredients too. If you look at from natural products, so if people are using natural detergents, some of the things for them to look out for are if they have enzymes. And the easiest trick for your readers to know is that if you're reading the label, if they have the ingredients on there, which by the way, in the United States, we do not have to put the ingredients on.
Oh gosh.
But so we go very much forward and share with you everything that is in our product.
Wow.
But if the product or if the ingredients has ASE, so ACE, like amylase, protease. Those are enzymes, and those are actually what lift the stains out and the smells out. If your laundry detergent does not have that, it is not going to do you any good.
Have a tougher time.
And that's why laundry detergents that are natural typically don't work. So if you've tried it before and you're like, natural doesn't work, doesn't get the tricks out, try this, or just look for anything with an ACE in the ingredient. Fun little fact.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, we love these fun facts. And then how much do you need? Like when you're using the detergent or the soap, does a little go a long way?
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It does. So with the laundry detergent, you need half a cap.
Okay.
What I always like to tell
for a full load.
Yeah.
And if you overdose it, you're doing only harm to your clothes and also harm to your washing machine.
Yeah.
So I always tell people the rule of thumb is, because my husband needs to still keep being trained on this, is would you throw 20 pods in the washer if we were using pods? No, you do one. And for some reason that works. Well, that is the same amount that's in one of these half caps.
Okay.
And with dish soap, you need a tablespoon, and it's going to fill up your entire sink with suds and get everything clean. So.
Yes. Your accessories. I mean, I love the trays. They're so pretty. I have it in my kitchen and my bathrooms, and even the scrub brushes. Anything else that like we should know accessory wise? It's like, okay, this is gonna.
Well, we've got, from an accessory perspective, I call it the laundry oil. It's an accessory in the laundry room.
Nice.
And so if you are an unscented family and you want to use
the dryer sheets because of that.
Yep. So you have wool balls. Wool balls are a wonderful eco-friendly way to keep clothes soft. They dry faster. It reduces static. You can use it up to 1,000 loads. And because I use unscented laundry detergent for my kiddos, but I like some fresh linen or some blush bergamot, I will put the laundry oil onto the wool ball for like my sheets and towels.
Yes. Ooh,
and
I
so
love that.
it's a way to customize your clothes and your scent, the scent that you want and where you want it.
Right.
I don't need it in my everyday clothes, but maybe when I go to bed, I want a little smell on my pillow. So that's a fun accessory in the laundry room.
That's great.
My favorite accessory are our sponges. Okay. So we have scrub brushes that are wood, but the sponges, I was so used to going to Costco and getting a bag of 20 yellow and green sponges or blue sponges.
Yep.
It just doesn't go.
And it just doesn't go. They're so ugly. So I'm like, can there be a white sponge or whatnot? And then on top of it, if you look at the sponges, they're made of plastic on top. So they're not compostable. It's going to be here after we leave this earth, which I'm trying to reduce some of my plastic. I can't do all of it, but those little choices. So our sponges are made with loofah on top. They're sewn by machine instead of glue.
Oh my gosh.
They're white. And they're gorgeous.
I need them. I need them. Oh my God.
And I have one in the shower too because it's a loofah on top.
Nice.
So it doubles as
really.
Yes, it is the best exfoliator. Now I keep one in the bathroom and one in the kitchen. I don't use them.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And it looks like a beauty product, so it belongs in there too.
It does. It is the best.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Tell us about your like motherhood journeys and a mom sense moment in particular that you can zero in on. And by that I mean a time where you trusted your intuition. I feel like something just kicks into high gear after you have kids that you're like, I know what I need. I know what they need. I've got this. And my inner knowing is going to take us through this.
Well, the motherhood journey has been like so amazing, but also so hard.
Yes.
We each have 3 kids. I have 3 boys. They are delightful and so much fun. And building a business while also raising children has been challenging. But what I love about it is showing my boys that a strong, independent female can work really hard and still be loving and caring for their family. So everybody has their choices and their options in life. But my family, for my husband and I, we've chosen that, I get to build this business. I'm very busy. We're gone a lot. Our husbands rise to the occasion. And it's just been a joint force between Lindsay and I and our husbands, taking the reins inside the house. And over the last 4 years as we've built this business. So incredible. It's been an incredible journey. I love it. My boys are proud of me. They love it. And they love, when we go to the store and we get to see it, although I always like to go down to every aisle or every store that we're in every city we go to, and they are a little bit annoyed by that.
And talk to the store manager.
And maybe take a selfie in front of every shelf. You guys, it is incredible to create something
this brand.
It's so cool.
That's
and to
amazing.
see it on a shelf.
Yes.
And like people actually resonate and love to use it. It's
Yep.
been incredible. But I mean, as far as a mom sense moment goes, I mean, I think for me and why we brought it to life was around this, it was a light bulb moment for bringing what products we bring into the home after I had kids. Like I never thought about it. And then I was like, wait a second, this really stings my hands to use. Like, why would I want to use this around this sweet baby? Or they say like when you're pregnant, like the doctors don't want you like down on you like using cleaning products.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, well, why is it okay after?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so-
after you're done nursing, then it's like you can go back to all the crap. Like,
Yes. I mean, that was
Doesn't
an
make any sense.
intuition moment for me. And I was like, we gotta do better. And
Yeah.
as far as being a female, it's a magical time when you have children to be really creative and like find answers, because there's still so many unsolved things. So if you have a desire to bring something out into the world, I mean, post children was my creativity magic moment.
Yeah. It still is there. I mean,
Yes.
I think being moms, we're open to seeing all those possibilities and all the problems that we have on a day-to-day basis. I think every day we still come up with 10 new business ideas. But the mom sense moment for me was when I'd clean the counters with a Clorox or a bleach or whatnot, because that's what I thought we needed to do and disinfect everything. And then I went and cooked on it afterwards. And you think about that. I'm like, I wouldn't wash my face with a bleach. I wouldn't drink any of that. So why is it okay for me to be making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on this counter that I've just now disinfected?
board, yeah.
Right.
Right.
And, the other thing that was really eye-opening to me too, I think there was even especially with COVID, there's a surge to use antibacterial everything. Antibacterial means you're killing the germs. And the CDC during that time of COVID, they said that 98% of germs are washed away with just soap and water. And if you think about that, when I'm cutting a chicken breast on a cutting board, I'm not using an antibacterial dish soap.
Right.
That's not really a thing. But yet somehow I'm using just soap and water to get that chicken off. And yet I'm okay.
Yes.
So
but
if
you're putting it all over your hands all the time.
Exactly.
That
But yet
makes
we're
no
doing
sense.
antibacterial gel for everything. And
And the kids in school. Or,
Yeah.
and so we wonder why is there this antibiotic resistance?
Yes.
And
yes.
it's because we're killing all that good flora that's supposed to be in our gut, that's supposed to be in our skin. Germs are good.
Right,
And
right.
disinfecting
And your
every
body
day.
needs to recognize them.
They
if
do.
If they don't exist, they
if
won't
you
know any
kill them
better.
all the time, we're not going to recognize them. And
Right.
antibiotics will no longer work.
Yes.
So it's so important that soap and water, just washing away the germs, does the job. When you have a virus in your house, use disinfectant just to kill
Right.
the germ, like with flu or any E. coli or anything like that in the house. That's when you use an antibacterial spray.
Right.
But otherwise, and the other thing that's actually really fascinating that we did not know this before we went into this, that if you are using an antibacterial spray or that will kill 99.9% of the bacteria,
Yes.
you need to let it sit for 10 minutes. So often what happens is people will spray and then they wipe immediately. At that point, you're now just spreading it into the air, but you're not actually disinfecting that space unless you leave it for 10 minutes.
Yes.
So,
oh my gosh.
fun little fact.
That I love that. I love that. You're not lying.
Exactly.
You are not lying about that. Amazing. Okay, so this is a fun rapid fire on how we can just take our house and make it a home, especially in this time of spring cleaning, summer refresh. So what is your favorite signature scent?
My signature is fresh linen. I love it so much. We do have a new scent coming out in a few months.
Okay.
And that may trump it, but fresh linen is the signature scent in my house right now. And I can light candles and have the reed diffusers in the bathrooms. And so we can get a little bit more of it, but I absolutely love it.
When they say opposites attract, it's so true. She is team fresh linen. I am team blush bergamot. It is a sexy citrus. It's got amber notes. It makes you smell like a rich house, and it is so yummy. I could wear it, bathe in it, and I'm obsessed with it. I don't think anything can trump it until we come out with something.
Right.
But it's
Until
gonna
the
be
next
hard.
launch.
So good.
That new one.
Oh my gosh. I'm right in between because I like that I get to like oscillate between both,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
That's so fun. Your favorite cleaning hack?
My favorite cleaning hack is using laundry oil. And I have a Dyson cleaner, a Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
I pull out the filter. I put a couple drops on the actual filter. And when you put it back in, the air filters through the air. So as soon as I know I'm going to have someone come over, I vacuum real quick. My house immediately smells like blush bergamot. And I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love it. It's like, maybe I'm weird, but I used to smell dryer vents. At my parents' house, the dryer vent, when they were doing laundry, you could smell the laundry that was coming out, and I loved the smell. It feels like that with the laundry oil on the vacuum cleaner, because it's through my house.
It just permeates.
It's a dryer vent all day.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
My cleaning hacks would probably be having the surface cleaner and the dish soap side by side in the laundry room. Because there is no perfect laundry detergent that's going to be able to get out all stains all the time. And so because I have boys that play baseball. I mean, the dirt.
Oh my God, the grass stains.
Oh my gosh, the grass stains. And so
last night with New York on your white pants.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I wore white pants last night. It's raining in New York. So yes. So pre-treating with knowing that the surface cleaner helps pre-treat acid-based stains, like your spaghetti sauces, and then the dish soap for, you get those random oil spots on your clothes after you wash and dry them. You're like, where did that come from? Yeah. The dish soap will just even if it's washed and dry, the dish soap can still lift those oil stains, along with the combination of the laundry detergent. Sometimes you need like the 3 hacks to play with your stain, but I have a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
By the way, do you know what those little oil stains are from? No. So in America, we're so used to having our big jugs of laundry detergent, and you can, it's got a spout at the bottom. Okay. Right. They're sitting there for a long time. So if you have oil and vinegar, what's going to be the last thing at the bottom of the oil and vinegar? It's going to be the oil, because the oil is the heaviest and it's also at the bottom. So those last couple doses of laundry detergent from a big jug is just spitting out the fragrance and the oils. So when you're doing your laundry with that, it gets these random spots everywhere. And you're like, I know I didn't spill
salad dressing
right there. How did I get that stain? And the good news is that you can get them out, as Kristi mentioned, just with some dish soap and pre-treating with, and it can be set in for a year. Try it on one of your old random white, black, or navy shirts right now. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
But it's from the laundry jugs and the fragrance oil that just sat there at the bottom, because we're not shaking it after every use.
It doesn't say shake before use.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it settles.
I love it. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to organizing system? And this could be for, tangible things in the home or even digital. Like, this is like my system.
I have a go-to daily hack of just like putting everything away in the kitchen.
Yes.
Because it really will pile up between mail and kids' schoolwork and all the things. And so every day, just putting the stuff away.
Totally.
I'm a big fan of the organization movement. And so, the pantry, we do have the bins and, and everything is kind of in its place, which my mind needs that.
I tell my kids that too. I'm like, everything is a home.
Yes.
It needs to return to its home. It needs to stay on the island.
Yes. And husband needs a lot of reminders of that, because I will find chips with the cereal and, or sometimes I'll find the ibuprofen with the spaghetti noodles. I'm like, what? Like, really?
It has a place.
There's a medicine, right? Yeah. Yes. So, anyways, I love having an organized space, and I like the Container Store and things like that. Always help.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think my go-to is usually on the weekend, I just pick one thing. So if it's a closet or if it's a drawer, or it could just be one drawer, but it makes me feel so accomplished when I just do that one thing. It's a goal, and I feel like I still have 500 more spaces in my house that I can continue to do. The junk drawer is probably a once a year thing, but again, it's a drawer and doing that during the weekdays because the kids. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, and digitally, you're a big fan of Asana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. From a work standpoint, I was in sales for majority of my career. So project managing is not what my skill set is, and managing emails. I've always been used to having a busy calendar, but it's just kind of running my own dime. So Asana has been the tool of choice for me to be able to manage my everyday, my to-do list. I'm a checker offer. Right. So it's my digital way of doing that. And I think I've gotten better at organizing since Asana.
If it's on Asana, it'll happen.
It happens. Yeah, exactly. And then people can check in too, like when I going to be getting that done. It's on my list. I've got it prioritized. And I think that's just key is finding your priorities and
yes. Oh, that's so great. A quote or mantra that you live by.
So I'm a big Tony Robbins person. That before we started this business, when I turned 40, I always people are like, why did you start a business? And always wanted to do it. But when you are in high school, you get good grades so you can get into a good college. When you go to college, you get good grades so you can get a good job. You get your job. If you might find a mate and have your children, and you turn 40 and you're like, what is next? Yeah. There's what else am I working towards? And so when I went to the Tony Robbins seminar, it was all about training your mind to believe and to believe that the impossible can be possible and seeing it and visualizing it. And so I'm a very big manifester of dream as big as you can. We dream so big for our company and for our lives and where we want to be and how we want to feel. And I picture what regret feels like too and how that viscerally feels if I had regret for different things. And so I'm a big mantra believer of if you believe it, it will happen. You just have to put it out there. Yes.
Oh, I'm so with you. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes I need to see it visually. I feel like this manifested too.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ida and
yes. Yes.
It's just like if you think it's going to happen,
it will.
And here we are.
Yes. And here we are.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I would probably say that it's just be kind.
Yes.
Kindness wins all. And like in my house, what I tell my children is I want them to get good grades, but I don't really care. If their teacher at the, on our check-in say that you are kind, that is the A+ in our house. Because in life, that's going to get you so far. Right. I mean, good grades because you work hard and you study and you're learning skill sets, but kindness is who you are.
Yes.
And so it's gotten us really far in business too. I mean, you're seeing that manifest in business. Like we love all these other founders that we connect with and we want to help, and kindness and returning that has come tenfold to us.
Back.
Right.
Yes. 100%.
There's like this cutthroat mentality out there for a lot of different areas of life. And we have found that pretty much kindness rules in Levant as well.
Agreed.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And same, I think that you can kind of suss it out.
Yeah.
When there is a toxicity or an unkindness that you're like, okay, this isn't for me.
You feel the energy.
Yes, absolutely. And then you just keep moving forward in that way.
It's much more joyful life.
Yes.
It really is.
We tell our kids when we have our dinner table talk, and I found this on Instagram. I wish I could accredit who said it, but he said that he asks his kids every day, who did you help today and who helped you?
Oh,
I love that.
And just like looking for that daily, it's just a loop.
It's a
gratitude
gratitude
loop
loop,
of all things kindness. And you'd be surprised who comes to the rescue to you and how you can always find ways to be kind and useful to others.
Yeah. Last night we went to this event for our girlfriend. Her name's Lindsay Shook Us. And her and her business partner, Kristen, started a business called Women Work Fucking Hard. It's WWFH.
Awesome.
And the whole mantra of the company is, how can we help other women? And at this party last night, Lindsay said, if there's anything that you can do tonight, please just talk to 3 women and say, how can I help you? And if we do a little bit more of that, I think we'll all just be better, not just for females, but for everybody. And, our kids, how can you help other kids and shelter them throughout the day too?
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. Thank you. What a treat.
All the feels. Thank you. So glad to have you on That's Total Mom Sense. And where can we find Levant?
Yeah. We're in retailers all across the nation. So we're US based, but we're in almost 1,500 stores. So Nordstrom's, Bloomingdale's, Container Store, but even in Goop, and most importantly, your local neighborhood home and gift store. So we've done a really great job expanding to these retailers that have become our friends. And anywhere you want a gift, that's ultimately where you can find us. And we're continuing to grow. And we always say, if there's a store that you want us in, just let us know. We've got a great team, and we can get in the store near you.
Well, also www
Oh, yes.
.levantcollective.com.
There you go. There you go. That's
and
the home.
Amazon.
Yes. Amazon too. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. So they're everywhere and very, very easy to find. And they're in my back pocket and all over my home. So I'm so happy to share their story with you today. Thanks for listening to this episode of That's Total Mom Sense. You can listen to the audio version wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for That's Total Mom Sense. You can learn more about my guests by logging on to www.thatstotalmomsense.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, where I'm most active on social media. My handle is @Kanika Chadda-Gupta. And if you have ideas for show topics or guests you can't wait to have on the show, write to me at thatstotalmomsense@gmail.com. And lastly, please rate, review, and subscribe to That's Total Mom Sense if you haven't already. Thanks for being in my tribe.